Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in our Let's Play series. And guess what we are going to do today? Yes, storage again. So in today's episode we are going to destroy this storage and build another one in the end. So yeah, I have already designed the storage in creative and I think I have the schematic here. So I guess I will first try to build some models here and then come back to explain a little bit better for you guys the redstone. Okay guys, I'm back here and I did build the storage, but the problem is that when there is two slices next to each other filtering items at the same time, sometimes you have items left here. Yeah, and also sometimes it just completely breaks the filters, which actually happened. I think I already fixed it, but yeah, the problem is that it will happen again for sure. I guess I will go back to creative and to just design everything and build and come back with you guys. Okay, so I'm back here and I finished building the storage, as you guys can see. And this time we went simply with a chest hall, as you can see, with 4 chests per slice, or 8, right, because there's the other side. So one you access here in the display blocks here, and if it needs to be a full block, right, we place on the back there so you can still open the chest. But yeah, so I tried to put all the full blocks on the top here, or some down there where you can still open the chest, right? And also I use a trick that for some blocks, like for example wooden planks, I use the stair backwards, right, to represent the wooden planks. So yeah, each hallway is 32 blocks long, which means we have 32 times 8, which is 256 items in each of the hallways. So the 4 hallways is 1024 items. And as you can see, we still have a lot of empty space, especially here. All these are empty spaces, right? So whenever we have more items, we can filter there. I think the only items I'm not filtering is the tipped arrows and some rare items that I really don't want to filter, like the dragon, zombie, skeleton, creeper heads, emerald ores, conduit, netherite, right, those kind of stuff. And here is the input, right, to the system. So you can input any items here, including shulker boxes, and they get spaced. And yeah, this slime here is to align the items a little bit better, right, group them together. Still, sometimes there is a few items that pass through the filters too fast and go to the overflow because of the hopper cooldown, right? Okay, let's do an example here with a shulker box. I did this here, that I can place shulker boxes here and access them, because like usually when I come up with, for example, after mining a little bit in the nether, I would come up here with a box that's pretty much full of netherite or netherrack, blackstone, basalt, right? So then I can get those items that I have a lot and manually place them in the chests or complete a shulker, right? And when I'm done, I can either unpower these and unload the shulker boxes like this, right? The items starts going through, or I can just break the shulker and it will get in there in the shulker box unloader, as you can see, and start unloading all the items. And down here I have a bunch of chests with shulkers full of items that I have a lot. And here is the redstone for the system. So yeah, the bottom chest here still have 2 hoppers here, right? And then we have this type of filter that has two hoppers, right? The first one with a full stack for renamed items, and the second one with 41 items and for renamed items with a different name. And when the items are filtering through, right, with this comparator here gets a signal here and powering the torch, we'll start this clock that will power that block that powers both droppers, right? Doesn't power the next slice because it's powering this block and that powers that dropper, and also quasi connective power this one that gets updated by this note block. It is a little bit noise when they are working, but at least doesn't break like the last one. And then the next slice is the same thing. So hoppers with items for the filter. Comparator here powering the same way, and then powering torch there in that target block, right? And by the way, this kind of filter, I saw a very similar filter like this in the Storage Tech Discord. The only difference is in the Storage Tech Discord, this dust goes one block lower, and then on top of that block there would be a repeater powering a block with a torch on top powering this block, right? So yeah, but this one, yeah, because that one was before target blocks, and this one is just a different way with target blocks, right? And I don't know who came up with that design first. I tried to ask, and doesn't seem like anybody, at least in the Storage Tech Discord, knows. And the top two chassis are these. Whenever the power gets to there, right, it will power the dropper, and it will move this item here, and unpowering this comparator that's locking the hopper below the filter. And same thing on the top side. And the input system here is a shulker box filter by Maizuma Games, right, that separates the items from shulker boxes. And then there is a shulker box unloader that I made. I have a video tutorial on this if you guys are interested. We'll leave both links in the description for this unloader and Maizuma's shulker box filter. And yeah, like I said, here I use these slime blocks to align the items a little bit better. And I had to adapt a little bit the clock here because obvious I'm using the same clock I used to drop the items, but I needed the piston here to be working after we have 0 items in the dropper, right? So I have this comparator that goes through this pulse extender here to make that clock work a little bit longer than after we have all the items gone through. In the obvious, then there is a bunch of water streams going around and all that, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the storage. So yeah guys, hopefully you guys liked this episode, and I promise next one won't be a storage. Bye!